All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this morning with a message. And I'm not going to be with you long this morning. It's just time to talk. I just want to talk about a few things. Um, First and foremost, I want to say that we all know that we're living, even those who don't believe in a God, even those that are atheists. People do believe that we're living in a time like no other. They believe that we are in a time in them that's so dark. I put it like that. They know that already. And they don't believe in a God or believe in the most high. But yet they believe that we are somewhere that we are in danger. Let's put it like that. We are in some sort of danger. They do believe that. Atheists, people that's don't go to church, people who don't believe in the Most High or whatever, even those that do. But no one seeks to hold on to the hope that rests in their hopeless minds. They still put their trust and their hope in the world and how the world is going to bring them out and how the world is going to make it all right and how the world is going to be like this today and be like this tomorrow. When I come to talk about, not so much is about it's over, but somewhat it is over. Today I just gripped, and when I say gripped, went on and salute the fact that what I've been told throughout years and how this country is coming down from within. Have I taught it several times? More than several times. But what the people believe is what they believe. They so embedded into this country to where they can't see nor believe that the same country that they so believe in is the same country that's working from the inside to destroy them. And I said something on my other video, and that is, that's still the way it should go. In spite of me even being in this country, I think that's the best way. I think that is the 100 best way to go. Because I look at it and I see that no matter what you tell people, no matter what you say to people, no matter how you warn them, they're going to always put this country on a pedestal. They cannot even like this country. They cannot even care for this country, nor the people in the country, nor the politics in the country. But yet it's like, don't talk about my country. Don't talk about this country. It's just a mindset that's in them that gives me the assurance that it's okay to salute the fact that they're going to destroy the country from within, and that's all well, and that's all good. Why? Because the people are the country. They are not just in the country. They are the country. They make up what you see that is destroying them. That's the people. That's what you're seeing. It's no way that the country is going to be in a situation from the outside. It's a situation from the inside. And being so it's a situation from the inside, I'm good with that. I think that that's fair. I think that that's just. For a minute, I thought when I say a minute, maybe a couple of years ago, I thought that was unfair, or that was, and I think it was more so because I thought about me and my family being here. But I'm to the point where go, go, Father, let them go where it's at. Why? Because this is it, y'all. The people in this country deserves everything that the country itself pour out on them. Let's take the COVID. Y'all wanted something, they gave you something, and you loved it. How did you love it? Enough to keep your mouth closed and didn't say, hey, stop. Wait a minute, something wrong with this. Across this country, you got more than probably now 5,000 professional scientists and doctors that is now in a oneness. When I say a oneness, they have decided to come together, and they are together to go up against the country because they found out what the COVID was. But here I am, a little bitty person, a little brown skinned, little old woman, was on there saying that the day it came out, that it's a setup. But do the people in the country hear it? They got too much going on. People got too much going on within themselves to be caught up on anything, even the Most High Yah. I hate to say it like that, but the truth is, no one is caught up in what they cannot see to believe. They just say they believe, and they just take it from there. But that's all they feel that they can invest in it, because it ain't nothing else to whatever. So I believe the country 100% deserve what it's about to get and what it have gotten in time past. Like I said, that everything that has taken place in this country, everything, especially all the darkness in this country, is of the country itself, those who rule this country. This is them, y'all. This is them. Someone asked me a question, and they say, how is it all those years they were saying ISIS came in and did this, blew up this. ISIS is doing this killing in this country. ISIS is doing this. But then turn around and called their group of people ISIS. And this individual, I told him, you already know the answer. Answer it. He said, because we were always ISIS in this country. Yes, that's the answer. Let me say that again. I know that went over your head. That went all over your head. This individual, male, asked me, years and years, they always talk about ISIS is over here bombing this and bombing this and bombing this. ISIS did this murder. ISIS did this and ISIS did this. But when it came down to pulling the immigrants out of the country, they formed ISIS. And he was saying, how is it they formed ISIS when they said ISIS was the one that was doing all this stuff in this country? And I told him, you know the answer. You can answer that yourself. You just said it. He said, because they were ISIS all the time. Yes. This country bombed itself. 9/11, everything was from this country itself. What do you mean, Deborah? From the inside. It wasn't from nothing from the outside. So when you look at COVID, from the inside, you can't even blame China, because when you do your study, you'll find out the United States got their science labs, CDCs over in China. I think they got 4, if I'm not mistaken. So you see, this country is what people in full denial. Now, when I want to apply the day of Noah, I can't even take the day of Noah to be like this country. You know why? Because if the day of Noah was 100, just say 100, if that was the day of Noah, I, a servant of the Most High Yah, a prophet in the wilderness, if the Father say, what do I see it in that? I say, the United States is 500, meaning 400 above the day of Noah. That's how I would answer the spiritual creator. Why? Because he's looking for an answer that's in me. He's not looking for your answer. He ain't asking for your answer. He asking me, what is it I see it? Meaning I have you as my servant. Speak what you see, for I see all things. Now speak it. And I have to give it to him the way I see it. Not the way your news manipulates you and deceive you, or way your spirit said, it's this, it's this. It don't mean the rat's behind. When he's dealing with me in that wilderness, I have to answer, what is it that I see it? Why? Because he wants to assure me, if I'm seeing what he's the all-knowing, see it and know it and see. You see, that's why it's important for me to tell him the truth. And it ain't about coming to you and making sure you get the truth. It's about when he asks me in the wilderness and he asks me in my class, what is it I see it? That means tell it like it is, because you know I know all things. Tell it the way you see it. And what is he meaning? He's meaning in the natural as well as the spirit, speak truth on what you see. Because I see straight through you. I already know what you see. I need you to speak it. You see? So if I had to speak it, knowing that I would categorize the day of Noah as being 100%, but I would category where we are at today being 500%. I would. It would be no need to lie. That's how clear I see what's going on. Let's put it like that. That's how clear I know what's going on. And the people are enjoying it. I know they get together and say, they doing it, they doing it, they doing it, they doing it. Oh, I got to prepare for this. But where you know their heart's in a different place, it's because they are not preparing. And all you have to do is pay attention. Watch every move. Watch how people move, how people talk. People talk is a very big thing. And watch the eyes of individuals. It tells the whole story. This country right today is already in the tribulation, the perilous times. Men's hearts have already started failing them. And you know, this people in this country, and I can't even say a race or a nationality. I believe from what I can see, they're all in it together. They're not in it together to bring the country down, but they are in it together. They're not in it together to bring the country down, but they are in it together. They're not in it to bring the country down, but they are. Why? For so long have they supported the wrongdoing of this country, the evil, the wicked, the abomination, okay? The Satanism, the demonic, the darkness, the murdering. Everything has been in this country. And this country has the people make up the country. They put certain ones in office to run them. So if you put certain people in office to run you, it's because if they're demonic, you that chose that one have to be demonic too. It's just like going in the garden. He put two trees there. One 99.9, one 1%, and you go to the 1%. You see what I'm saying? Same situation. You ain't going to the way that the clearness of what was perfect for you. You go to the way that is dark and evil that leads to what? Death. That's the way the people tend to walk their end. And not so much as the way they tend to walk their end, but this is the action of the hearts of people, the minds of the people. They tend to go on the deep end and be on that end to serve and worship the Most High Yah on that end. You see what I'm saying? And they pretend they worshiping and serving the Most High Yah on the light end, but really they on the dark end because they okay everything in this country and they're content. That's another thing, being content. The reason why you know that bringing this country down from the inside is because the Holy Spirit taught me. Another reason why I know is because I'm in the world. I'm in this country and not out of this country. So there go another shot. Another thing that I am a servant of the Creator in the country, okay, as a servant of the Creator, you see. So he's allowing me to see exactly what is going on. And it's not because I can see because I'm in my natural, but because I'm in the spirit realm of who he is. He allowed me to see it. Now, if he's allowed me to see it in the spirit realm, that means I'm allowed to behold it in the natural, where the long suffering and endurance to what you see, it is what you see, but there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So what people are doing is sitting back and they pretty much relaxed because they put their trust in the power punchers that have ruled this country since it exists. And if you ever wanted to really dig in deep and learn how wicked the country is, you've been living long enough to see it. And a lot of times people look at the country as wrong because they're not giving them and not doing for them. No, that don't make the country wrong. You have to see it all. The wrongdoing, the wrong action, the murdering, the stealing, the killing. Two things that goes on in this country that I believe 99.9 is blind to. That is murdering and killing. They come together. And stealing. This country was founded under those two. So therefore it has to be that alone. That's how you have to see the United Snakes of America. You can't see them to be, the great, powerful country. You sick. Because what you're saying is they're powerful and evil. They're powerful in abomination. They're powerful in murdering. They're powerful in stealing and robbing. They're powerful in all the darkness. But you think that's how they are powerful in all the wrong politics, understanding that you think that they are, or because they can go over in the country and tell you anything on the in the news, be over there trying to kill those people and take their oil. And you think that it's your country so powerful. They go over there and start stuff and do things wrong to people. And you over here saying, go America, greater America is the number one. Yes, they're the number one that sits next to the synagogue of Satan. This is his territory. This is where he is seated. Do he have more than one synagogue? Yes. That's why people don't understand why over in Israel is detached. They're detached to each other. But his main seat is over here in the United Snakes of America. This is the main synagogue of Satan. But he has a second one over in Israel. But this is the main where his seat is at. This is where his seat is at. And what he's trying to do now is really fully escape this seat that he has. And he's trying to make room. And how is he doing that? Through man. M-E-N. In case y'all don't understand what that means. He's using them to prepare him another seat. So when y'all over there is seeing him, Israel over there, the fake ooze over there wanting Gaza and all of that land, and none of y'all have seen the plans because you don't get caught up in it, and you shouldn't. But what you don't understand, even if you get caught up in it or not, it's sitting right at your table because they're the same synagogue. It's no different. So the reason why they are preparing over there in Gaza is because they're trying to get that land, because Satan wants to run from the land that he knows the Father finna destroy. Okay, he knows America is coming down from the inside. That's the plan. We're going to tear this down, but you can move over to where we prepare it. And that's where the Antichrist is going to head over. And remember, Satan going to give his what? His power and his seat, believe it or not. You see? To the Antichrist. Why is he giving his power over, y'all? Because y'all too ignorant to understand it. He's giving it over because where he's at, it's got to be destroyed. But just imagine how all these people in this country going to be destroyed. And he going to go somewhere else. Just like all the billionaires and the millionaires. They don't care about, not billionaires, they don't care about destroying the people here. They never did. Go back to your own stanky history and you'll see everything that been destroyed in this country and happened in this country that was wicked and evil and darkness. It was the country itself working it from within, deceiving you to think that it was somebody on the outside. And it was them all the time. No one ever did the search for 2008. Why can you come in this country, take all these people's houses and sell them over there to the foreign countries? Why? And how did that happen? 9/11, same thing. The unicorn, what is the unicorn? Bombing, whatever all that, Timothy Bay or whatever his name is, that was a setup. All that was a setup. And you always see the people they use being deleted real quick because they don't want nothing out. It's so much that's out today that's so clearly seen that the Father says, Deborah, these things is so needed. The people deserve to be destroyed, just like the synagogue of Satan, just like the people who have ruled them and ruled them in darkness. See, this country was ruled under darkness, y'all, wicked and evil. So just because you here, it's not going to bring the light in this country. That's how ignorant people are. You ain't nobody, especially if you ain't speaking nothing and acting as if you anything different than what they are. You are no different than who they are and what they are. That's what make people all, that's what make me say that people need to go down with the Titanic ship. Every last one of them. This country deserves, the people in this country deserves, the children, the babies, the mothers, the fathers, the parents, the grandparents, the great-grandparents, the animals, everything in this country. Because look at the animals. People are taking care of animals better than they taking care of or giving to the fatherless, the homeless, and the fatherless, the widows. You see, they butt backwards. They are butt backwards. I know you didn't catch that, but that's really the mind. Their mind is in their butt because it's backwards. You see, they would rather serve dogs and cats than to do anything for any human being. That's a sickness. When you're out there, a dog is crapping and you out there picking up his crap. That to me, I'm gonna tell you what they fall under. You see how they have the LGBTQ or whatever? Y'all can't say nothing about them. And what they dressing like women and out here acting like this here. All this multicolors and all this homosexual. You can't say nothing. You serving a dog. Y'all has never created a human to take a blood liquor flesh eater and make it like a human and support it. Dental, medical, housing, a beast that Yah from the kingdom created for another purpose. And you down here serving it like better than you would serve a homeless, someone hungry, a widow, an orphanage, a fatherless. See, this is why you know the country itself is butt backwards. Because in no country will you find on the face of the earth having a dog crap and you go down there and pick up his crap. And he looking at you. What did you ever think when, okay, this animal, what are you telling? What you sending mixed messages to this animal? You know what that has to do with? People want something to control. It's that same power in this country. They want to be able to control you. They got you 100%, no doubt. And I'm going to show you where they got you. They got you 100%. Well, this is how the dogs have you from the house level. Your animals have you controlled. The world used these animals to be in your house, that you can think that you got some control because you over them, you human. But yet they have taken control over you because you have bowed down to something that was created to be a flesh eater and a blood licker. And you didn't put them in your bed, in your house. You can go get them groomed, their nails clipped, and their teeth brushed. Do you know what sign you're sending to darkness? No, they don't. They have no idea. Only in the United States do they do that. They over in other countries eating dogs. And y'all got y'all butt over here treating them like human. Then somebody say, give something. All of a sudden, your tail have reached all up in you because you're thinking that somebody trying to get something. But it don't bother you to groom and to do all for an animal. That in many countries, it's not just China, but it's many countries that has been eating dogs. That ain't nothing new. It's just in this country, they did exactly to you what they did to the homosexuals. Told them it was okay. It's good. You can be a man if you're a woman. You can be a woman if you're a man. These colors represent you. They don't give him his rainbow. Put it on. Let's use his rainbow as our logo. And you see? Now the world calls it their logo. And not use it as a spiritual logo from Yah. And then, how would I say, debunk their logo. You ain't seen not one person do that. They're not going to do it. Because the ways of Yah, people don't get away from. People get away from, and they become what this world. Do you understand why? So if you out here even doing animals in that way, you know what? You sold into the darkness. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. Y'all ain't gonna waste time saying when, there's people on the streets that was hungry. There's people on the streets that was needy. What about the orphanage, the widows, and the fatherless? Didn't I tell you that's me? Did not I tell you that's me? Did not I tell you they will be with you always, because I shall be them and they shall be me? Did they get it, Deborah? No, they didn't, Father God. Apparently they didn't, but they got the dogs. Because that's what the world, this country, sold y'all dumb tails. That's why this country, my kids asked me, they didn't ask me, but they was telling me how the dogs don't do me like they do them. I treat them like they are created. I won't let nobody beat on them and do them wrong. No, I don't play that. But I do not believe in treating this animal better than I treat somebody out on the streets. Or they don't even have to be out on the street. They would rather give this animal, pick his crap up, bathe him. A lot of that is a form of darkness. This does not represent the will of the Father. And I know y'all make it sound like it's so simple and he gave me a choice. I got a free will choice. Yeah, you got a free will choice to be as stupid is in you, out of you. Get it? As stupid as in you, out of you. That's your free will choice. Did not Adam have it? 99.9 eternal life. He went over there to that 1% death. Didn't he do something stupid? Yes, because stupid was what? In him. You see, people don't even understand. It's not so much as somebody done something to you throughout life, or people doing you wrong, or and they did this and they did that. It's you. It's what is already in you. Stupid is in you. Stupid is going to be on the outside of you. You just stupid. And I can say even a worse word than stupid, because it's in your spirit. That's the example happened in the garden. You got 99.9 on this percent. You got 1%. You wouldn't take the 1%. That was the stupid choice that was in the stupid man. And he took the stupid choice, which was the 1%. Well, that's what I'm saying to people. That's how they do. They take that side and think that they all that and something. Oh, and that ain't nothing. And people don't even understand that your life has been ordered, and the order is already in you. And what you're doing on this earth is conducting the order of really who you are. And all you're doing is going along with a world. Because even these dogs treating these animals this way, this is this country. That's why I say you in it, calling yourself out of it. What makes you out of it when you're living in it and conducting yourself the order in which they have set up for the world to be a oneness? Everybody in this country deserves to be brought down from within. Say what you want, think what you want, feel what you want. It don't matter. You ain't nobody. That's the truth. Why? Because too many people support the ways of this country. Too many people okay the darkness and thinking they doing something. That's the same way with my sister was telling me about her grandson makes straight A's and how she go up to the school and let them know, I come and sit up in this room if he do this and you can't do that. You can't do that. Because whatever's in him is in him. Going to his school, sitting up, talking about what you gonna do don't mean a rat's behind, bro. I told her, you got 1.5 years. And boy, she was scared. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean that he would die at 1.5 years, because she know I told her the same thing about her son. She had 2 years and that he was going to lose his life. He lost it in 2 years. But I was telling her, you got 1.5 years to do that monkey mess. Y'all run your tails around here and think you run something if you want to. Soon and very soon, you're going to see that you never was able and never was created to rule nothing, not even your own self. Because if you really think about it, this is my life. He gave me my life. I got one life to live. Nobody tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. But wait a minute, hold up. They say pay tax. Don't you pay taxes? When they take your money out every pay period, what do? Everything they got you paying. Tell me that's your life. You do what you want to do. What are you controlling in that? This country got you so locked down and you too ignorant to even see it. Because you're a part of who the country is. That's why you can't see that this country have locked y'all tails up. And they have every right to. Because you're a part of this country. I don't care about you saying you spirit and truth and you the light. When your heart is as hardened and wicked as this country is, that's just who you are. I'm sure Adam, what was he saying? I'm naked. What do you mean you naked? Who told you that? You see the stupidity in him? Many of y'all didn't even comprehend it. See? And you think you know something, you know nothing. Who told you that? You see? That's what he asked. I'm asking you a question and you're talking about I'm naked. Because that's all people focus on, their flesh. They have no detachment to spirit and truth, nor the light regarding their spirit. They live and they gonna die. Hemmed in with their flesh. Spirit never is going to be detached to spirit and truth and the light. Because what people think is that they can be detached without being detached. You can't. See, they think they can pull the wool over someone's eyes in the world. But they don't understand. Y'all got the eyes of your heart already poured over. He gave you a ticket to hell already. So you can run down here and do exactly what Adam did. 99.9, this sister telling you on one side, you're going to go take that 1%. Why? Because you're already destined to go in that area. You're not supposed to hear nothing I'm saying. You're not supposed to go in the way of anything that I'm speaking of. You're supposed to go over in that 1%. He showed you the prime example. I put that tree, eternal life. And there's the tree that says you're going to die. What fool want to go to the tree to say you're going to die? How many of out there right now can answer? If there were two trees, one is to live, eternal, and one is to die. Which one would you go? Now you see how that flesh of a man is what's ruling this whole world today. That flesh of a man that's running around here talking about women being submissive to him. That flesh of a man from the beginning never followed the protocol of the way to eternal life. So if he didn't at the beginning, what do that mean at the end? They're going to all of a sudden get together and all of them going to follow? No, that's not. That's why Yeshua came as the Son of Man, to forgive all the sin in the flesh. But Christ, Hamashiach, came with Yeshua to raise up Yeshua out of the dead, to redeem back those that died, okay, and going to come back to eternal life. See, no one that they would never ever teach you that, because they don't have it. And even if y'all gave it to them today, they still wouldn't abide by it, because that's the hearts of people. That's the mindset people are today. They didn't see the death. He was dying for all of our sin, male, female, white, black, whatever, all sin. The death, then the burial, but then they forsaken the resurrection. That's what they lost, the resurrection, because the death was for everybody's sin to be deleted. But the resurrection was to redeem the ones that Yah sent down as the spiritual seed back to his bosom. That is the reason for the resurrection. So when I speak of this country, I want to go into what I was speaking earlier. And that is, they're going to come from the inside. They already been doing that. And that's why I believe that the whole country needs to go down. And when I said the whole countries, from newborns to babies to toddlers to everyone, because all of them are tainted. All of them are tainted to the ways of this world. They will not come up and bring out a different message, you guys. They're not going to come up and make this world better, you guys. They're not coming to the world or to this earth to do anything better, you guys. They're coming to be partaker in the darkness that's in this world. You see? This country here needs to go down. It don't need to breed. It don't need to bring forth. It don't need to bring a revival, or it don't need to redeem somebody. See, what y'all did not understand, it's over. It was over before it even started, because the kingdom had it what? Written. Who can overtop that? Who can teach and preach something, override that? Nobody. Because you can't take what's going on and make it something new when heaven has it written before the foundation of the world. So you can't pull up on Sister Deborah with all this monkey mess as if all this monkey mess is something real. Not to somebody like me. This is my purpose. This is my mission. This is my charge order, to teach, preach, and speak what is before us and not tell the lie. Because the world already giving you the 99% lie. I'm now the 1% that's going to tell you the truth. Like Noah, the 1%. You see the percentage? What would you say? No, he was worse than the 1%, wasn't he? When I say worse, he was smaller than the 1%, but that's just what I'm here for. And see, no one would ever balance anything like that. They would never see Noah and then the world. Noah and then the world. Wait a minute. That's less than 1%. He ain't playing with y'all. He don't have to give you no more than that. Because everything was already put forth before the foundation of the world. People who are following darkness, going straight into darkness with a smile on their face, with assurance that they are spirit and truth, and they are saved, they are sanctified, they are the people of Yah, all this trash. And not even understand that this was written before any nationality hit this earth. Before Satan even could come down. When you say it is written, it's letting you know who's in full control and was before anything was created. For he has written it before the foundation of the world. Now, a lot of people are in this country, and I'm kind of lost in it with a lot of it because there's so many voices in the land, and you're wondering, why is it no one can't see the basic, but they can see all these giants that's in the land. They can see all these fallen angels that's in the land. You see, they can see all these aliens that's in the land. But wait a minute. How's all that in the land and you can't even see what the land is, what the land was, what the land is about to be? I don't get it. How can you see all these aliens, all these giants, all these fallen angels, all this technology, but you see nothing? You know why? They see nothing in the spirit realm. Do you see why I say this country got to come down? That's why. See, y'all think I'm just kidding. They see nothing in the spirit realm. They've given all the authority and the power to all darkness at its fullness. They see giants. They see fallen angels. They see aliens. They see technology. But wait a minute. What is Yah? They ain't going to tell you. He rules it all. He's still control over. When they finish seeing everything else, but they will not tell you. But there is something greater than all that we see, all that we know, all that we hear about. You don't ever hear nobody talk about the Father. Now, how could all these things be so powerful than him? All of them coming, but Yah is afraid to come. He's sitting on the throne. You see how sick that sound? You see how sick that sound? And this is why I talk the way I talk. Because nobody wants to give him what he's due. And that's ruler and power over all that mess. Oh, no, they ain't going to tell you. They ain't going to tell you that. Let me tell you what they're telling you now. Over in Africa, Ebola has struck. And these dumb people over in this country, okay, whatever they say, all everybody want to do is get on the bandwagon and start dancing to the music. I sit back and I say, okay, so they say Ebola. Now, they always use Africa as the stomping ground. They always do that. They always do that. And sometimes they use China, but they use Africa all the time. Now, it's an outbreak. Now, listen to this. Now, it's supposed to be here in the United States, and all you hear is melanated people in this country. Doctors pulling up, telling us how bad it is. Why melanated doctors? Why are they broadcasting it on YouTube and Facebook and all? Why ain't they on nationwide news? Because they are the guinea pigs that they use. Do they pay them well? Sure, they pay them well. They pay them well to deceive you. They getting paid big time. Now, the deceiving is coming for a reason. They got to keep y'all focused on what they want you to focus on. And they did a good job. I can agree that the darkness has caused the people in this country to be fully focused on darkness. If I was to come on here speaking spirit and truth and the light, no one will be focused on it because they just thinking you just monkeying around. We waiting for Donald Trump to tell us. We waiting for the CDC to tell us. We waiting for these people to tell us what's going on. These are people who are driven to walk, talk, act, feel, and embrace darkness when it comes. They have no idea that that's their written position. They have no idea. So here they are talking about Ebola over in Africa. Now they said we got cases here in the United States. I sat and I said, Father, they got so many biochemicals they have used throughout years and years and years to overpower countries. And a lot of y'all had no idea. That's how y'all thinking they won because they powerful, they great, they got these bombs. No, 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 no. This is the dumbest country on the face of the earth. Yep, just because you in here, that's how dumb they are. You match them and they match you. So that's how dumb you all are. It is the dumbest country in the world. And I cannot say that for the billionaires, the Rothschilds, and all of those elites and the Roman Catholic. I can't say that for them. Not those who are members of the Roman Catholic, but the heavy hitters that's around the world that rules in this Roman Catholic pyramid, along with the Jesuits, with the fake oods and all of them, and the power punches, the billionaires, and Elon Musk and all of them. First and foremost, they have did everything they possibly can. They know they're trying to defeat time. They going after the time that they know they have. They know their time is short. So therefore, they have to hurry up and do what they got to do to you before the time is up. So this morning, I said, okay, Father, with that Ebola, which is a different stage, they can wipe this country out. Yes, they can. The plan was that anyway, to destroy the people, to depopulate, I think I'm saying that right word, the people here. Because see, Satan, he want to move, he ain't gonna want to, but he's moving his seat to the other side where he's giving his power to. You see? And they thinking that, okay, we're gonna take this from over that end, the second synagogue, and that's over in Israel. That's why they want Gaza. And y'all didn't see the plan, how they got it set up. I know a lot of y'all didn't see it, but they thinking they getting over there and they gonna do, they do. But you know what? They got even a third plan. If Yah destroyed America, when I say destroy America, I'm talking about the ground. He's going to let them destroy you. Why? Because you are them and they are you. You are them and they are you. You are them and they are you. You think alike. You feel alike. You see things alike. Everything they put before you, you do. You abide by. You walk in. You talk in. You support. Anything this country do, you have supported it. That's why you have to be destroyed by them. They are you and you are they. They are you and you are they. You just don't think you are, but you are, because you go along with every way of this country. That's how the LGBTQ got so high. Is because everybody's saying, so what, if that's what they want to do, that's on them. That's their life. But then he destroyed a town for Sodom and Gomorrah. What about that? Oh, we ain't got nothing to do with that. That's them. If they want to do it, no. You are them and they are you. See, people don't understand how embedded they are in this darkness in this country. So when this Ebola, I ain't gonna say when this Ebola, if they chooses to take that Ebola, want me to tell you what y'all don't have? Y'all don't have no security. Y'all don't have no protection wall. This country don't have no protection wall. It don't have no security. It's over. So when you walk your tail out here and you think anything that this country put out here, you're going to be a scared chicken. You know why? There's no protection out here. It's not out here. He concealed his in the forehead. You see? It's no protection. So where's the other protection, Deborah? See? See how stupid people are in this country? There's no protection. There's nothing here for you. And I was speaking that to him. I said, Father, but if they were to allow that to take out, that would take out the majority. Yes, it will. By a long shot. But see, the Father ain't trying to worry about how they gonna do you. You don't care about them doing what they doing to y'all. For what? You don't serve him. You don't worship him. You so busy for serving the world 100%, then you throw him on your tail end. Anything this world tell this country, tell these people in this country to do, they'll salute it with a smile. They said, take this medicine for your heart. Oh, give it here. I got to get my medication. They said, take this here for your lung. Oh, give it here. I got to take this for my lung. Next thing you know, you got 5 or 6 medication. You got mental issues. Or I got to take this because I got skits or bipolar. Anything this country tell you, and you don't even understand, you just got them same demons in the country in you. That just it. That just all it. That's in the basket. That's it. But what people want to do is they want to continue to serve this world, and they have every right, Sister Deborah. They have every right to serve this world because they've been in it, calling themselves out of it. 99.9 is in this world. And they thinking that they're going to escape because they say with their flesh that they're not in it. Who you think you got a rope around their neck? Because Yah, he had it already written. You wouldn't have to be straddling the fence. You wouldn't have to be portraying to be on one side and really on another. I'm grateful that he got it already written. Because while you clowning down here, thinking you got family members, friends, YouTubers, Facebook, and all over here convinced that you one way, guess what? The Yah that's beyond the AI got your whole way mastered. You see? So I began to say to him, when that Ebola is one thing they could use, he said, yes, they could. Because that can wipe it out. That's why they so busy feeding you distractions. So you won't focus on their plan in destroying you. Why is it that they're trying to destroy you from the inside? They want everything in this country to not exist anymore. Everything. You know, the $1 trillion debt that this country is said to be in, those people who are billionaires could have paid off that $1 trillion debt for this country in one day. And it probably wouldn't take no more than 2 of them, maybe 3. Y'all, this is what you call hardcore worldly politics. And they got the people wrapped in it and through it. I saw a lady. She looks too strange, her eyes. And I started to just look at her. And she was supposed to be a doctor, so. And she's talking, and she's a melanated lady. And she's talking about this Ebola and how bad it is. And we're not going to come out of it. And that she's starting the page where she's going to give you all the information of who got it. She already named the 2 doctors here in the United States has Ebola, and they've been moved to Germany. All this whole occurred. All of what she said is what the country have paid her well to say. It's fearing putting the fear out there. And she started her page just to do that. To me, she's one of the snakes in the grass. She come to pour out the fear. And look how your country do it. They let you know, we coming to take you out. I'm going to tell y'all something that the Spirit said to me, and I'm going to go on and put it out there. There's a lot of things he said, and I don't know where. During my Sabbath, it was said to my spirit that the individual that had passed away from what the lie is called COVID, and those people were taken away and no one knew where they were. No one. They didn't let you have your loved ones. They took your loved ones. Look at that power. Look at that power. Tell me that ain't no power. Your baby can die of COVID and they take your child. Your mother can die of COVID and they take your mother's body. They take her. First they take her life and then they take her body. Baby die of COVID, they take the baby's life and then they take the body. If you gonna sit and tell me and look at me stupid if you want to and tell me that ain't power, you's a fool. You're gonna live a fool and you're gonna die a fool. So as he was telling me something, and I just add that one in because it just the thought kind of bring my little spirit down. That all of those COVID bodies wasn't buried. They were ground up and put into food substance for individuals to eat. Now I'm in my Sabbath, and that just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, wait a minute, where did that come from? And then all of a sudden it dawned on me that I thought of something like that. Because I couldn't understand why the moment they died, they rushed them into a frozen truck and put them all in the frozen truck. A lot of them didn't even die fully. They just took them there and put them there. I knew that. A lot of them on that frozen truck, when they put them on there, they weren't dead. They were not dead. And I think I made 2 or 3 videos. Those people were not dead. But because the people, the wicked and darkness of this country has been wicked and darkness along with wicked and darkness, supporting Satan's crew and him for so long, it has to come down. This country has to come down. It's no need in having children after children after children for your pleasure of enjoyment. For what? What are they going to do in a world of so much darkness? What you going to give them, a coloring book? Come on. What kind of career they going to have? They already talking about putting mRNA in the newborns. They got y'all. And you going to stand here and tell me and try to tell the prophet, the true prophet of the Most High God, that they don't have the power and the type of power that you can't do nothing about. Because they didn't had it over the people for so long till the people are them and they are the people. Nobody see nothing wrong. That's why nobody never saw nothing wrong with 9/11. No one never saw that all of those incidents that took place with those planes were a lie. You can look at them and tell them. The day it happened, the moment, I knew it was this country. When I looked in the eyes of Bush, when he was in the library reading with children, I said, there it is. They told him it happened. His eyes told me the story. I'm in the most safest place reading books to kindergarten or preschool. That's where the president was, Bush. But his eyes told the story. They did it. They finally did it. Y'all, when y'all give you a servant of his, y'all never understood why they quickly find ways to destroy them. Or they do destroy them. They don't find ways, they just destroy them. That's the sort of light they don't want nowhere in the midst. Did y'all stop him? Nope. Because he knew he only put them down for a season. You see? And it's the same then as it is now. No one ever looked at, wait a minute, why is we in this world can have so many prophets, so many prophetess, so many pastors, so many bishops, so many evangelists, so many priests. We can have all that in this world, but we ain't allowed to have one of y'all's servant, a prophet. You see the sickness? You see the 99.9, the world can have as many as they want. But when y'all pull up with his one, we ain't for her. We ain't on her side. We ain't got nothing to do with that. That's that same thing that happened in the garden. I'm going to bring that up all the time because that's beautiful. 99.9 on this side was eternal life. And Adam chose the 1%, which was death. Now, what has happened? Likewise, the world chose death over the 1% life. And you ever wonder why the gate is said to be narrow? And you ever wonder why it said, and very few shall find? We know we got few more than few in this world. And I sit back and I think about that. This is where your true endurance and long suffering come in. Is to know the dumb of the dumb of the dumb is in this world. And they calling themselves the smart of the smart and the smart. And they calling themselves the light. They're calling themselves the light. And they say that they know spirit and truth. And when I say they know spirit and truth, they think that they are the righteous one. Let's put it like that. And y'all let them think that. He let everybody step in. Whatever you say you think you are. Don't play with me. I got it written. So you making a fool out of yourself. Trying to walk in a way that I already got written is the way. So you go and walk. You better start to run it because I'm going to tell you something. It ain't going to go as good as you think. So during that COVID thing, those people were ground up and put somewhere. When they set this country, they really said it. And the people in this country saluted everything this country has done. All the darkness, the wickedness, and everything. They saluted. No one ever questioned, why can't we get our loved ones that passed away? They made it. Who came up with, hey, the CDC, or if we let it out, it'll spread. Or you see how they did that? You can't go visit them because they needed to. When you take them to the hospital, they needed to bring them down from 3, 2 to 1 into the freezer. They did an excellent job. I can give it to them. And I said that because when you speaking of what darkness is, the excellent moves that's in the darkness, you good. You can say that because they successfully mastered that. Did y'all come down? Somebody need to talk to me. Did the Most High y'all come down? Let me tell you something else. I sat back and I was telling everybody, whatever you do, don't even be tested because the bio is on the Q-tip. You couldn't tell people nothing. You couldn't tell them. You couldn't tell them nothing. People running around here now trying to figure out what is actually going on. You don't need to know. You're partaking in it. Know that. How about that? How about that? You are partaker in it. How about that? That's all you need to know. So here they are partaking in this mess and don't even know they didn't even have to sign off on the dotted line to the lake of fire. You already written there. That's how powerful it is to follow this world. And this is why I have a hard time believing that anybody is about anything outside of this darkness of this world. So when it told me that during Sabbath, it blew my mind. Did you mean to tell me they ground them people up? So when you talk about the elites over here eating this and drinking this, shut your mouth. You doing the same thing. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with nothing this country is doing. They spraying your food with chemicals. You don't see nothing wrong with it. They poisoning your air, and you don't see nothing with it. They messing with your water. You don't see nothing with it. And I saw something else they pulled up with, and that is from May the 1st to May the 20th, they decided to put something in our gas for our car. So they put this chemical in there and got these dumb people believing it's supposed to cause us to have more oil in the long run for later on. No. It's what they be doing to you when they ask you for the COVID shot. They put something in it to mess up what? Where do the gas go? Into the car. To mess up what? The car. So there you go. Transportation is getting knocked out. Oh, it might not pull up today. Oh, but by and by, that chemical or whatever they added to it, I know you think you know what it is. It's got a timeline on it when it's going to really take effect. Okay? Just like that Q-tip they dig up in your nose. They go up in your mouth with. Those are the bio. These are bio weapons they've been using for years, you guys. I mean, for longer than 100 years. They got all that stuff in the lab and everything. If a country don't sign on the dotted line, they know how to bring a weather this disaster among that small country. They done it too many times. They know how to, and you wonder, wait, my father, y'all, where are you at? Where are you, Deborah? Them people are practicing so much darkness with Satan. I'm sitting high, even though I see low. For what? The same thing I say about this country. I don't have no problem with saying it's over. 1 minute. I need to take something right quick. I'm sorry. I need to be sipping this before I leave after I'm off alive because, and this is hot water with lemon juice squeeze from a lemon, and I dropped the whole peel inside, and I let it cool down for a minute, and I take it, and guess what this does? This flushes out your inside. Not 99%, but it gives you a good flush, say 65, something like that. And it helps you a great deal. And I don't mean that I take this because I need to flush. I did it because this is something I made myself. And I know it works because I've done it myself. Okay. So this is not something I got from somebody. It's so bitter, but I have to take it, sip it. So back to what I was saying. We know that this message is about time to talk. So I am talking, don't you think? So it did bring that to me. A lot of other things that was given to me, and a lot of it do kind of make you feel sad, but when that Holy Spirit gripped you, he brings you back to reality. These things, baby, need me. And you know what supports me in it is the Holy Spirit, but just the ideal of saying, see? You see how people fall in darkness, don't you? You ain't saying something that people are not doing, Deborah. They actually follow this darkness with a smile on their face. And they think they're doing something. They think it's okay. So they don't see nothing wrong with it. So don't you be hurting your little self. Your spirit knows what's going on. They spirit think they think they got it going on. So know what you know, but keep it going. You know. So I sit back and I think about something that's came to me about the 144,000, and I really am starting. I'm starting, and it working really pretty good to not just believe everything you read, and not only that, nor everything people are saying. You really have to focus on the Holy Spirit. You have to have that ear to hear the voice of Yah. Because if not, this world will take you out with them. When I thought about the 144 during my Sabbath, I was thinking, okay, how many melanated people are here in the United States of America? And it is said 51 million in this country. 51 million. It is said to be 133 million of Europeans, but it is said it is 51 million here in the United States of America, melanated. We're going to say brown skinned people. I took that just here in the United States of America, and I gripped what is 144% of 51 million. And guess what? It's less than 1%. That's sad, y'all. I told y'all that. I even taught it. So when you're looking at that 100%, why would a people focus on that 144? Why? Because they got some sickness going on. And the sickness is they don't listen to the spiritual servants of Yah that comes in spirit and truth. They want to try to nail you to the wall with a book and the books, but they don't understand the books can't nail Yah to the wall. He is the word. They're the one nailed to the wall. Because when you look up 144,000 and you take percentage of that is within 41 million, it comes up less than 1%, as I taught you. But guess what? It speaks of the 144 from all tribes. So that make it even lesser than even 1%, as said. See, we thinking as a people, we thinking, oh, that's a lot of us, that's all of us, oh, that's a many. But that's going back to that brain that tells people you less than human because you don't seem to function in a way that you should be functioning. If you are the chosen children of the Most High Yah, or chosen people, you'll think your functioning skills and your common sense and your level of thinking will be different. But when it go below the degree, then you are less than human because you don't even think like human. You don't function like human. You don't comprehend like human. You don't teach like human. You don't preach like human. You preach and teach the way somebody tell you. They tell you to do did. You do it. Just like that doctor that on here made her a page so she can start informing melanated people about E. coli, the bacteria, the virus that's out. I don't know if it's a virus, the disease that's out. Now, why she come up and now going to have a page to teach it? Because that's how they have always got us to do what they tell them. As if we are less than human. Less than human means you can't think for yourself. You can't do things for yourself. You can't function for yourself, especially as a man. You can't do nothing like a man should do it. No, do you supposed to get your hair like us? No. But you can function as Yah created you as a man and stand up toward the ways of a man and your responsibility. But what do? You go below, down to 1% of what a man's supposed to be thinking, conducting himself like unto a man. And these people in this country have it bad, using melanated people to go below, down to the 1%. They have been very successful, and nobody don't even have to do nothing to them. They'll do it. This is what you call less than human. Because if you are human, you think and you function, you act, you talk, you speak, you walk, you talk like a human. But what do? They buckle up and go down less than a human. I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness, see it 24/24 among our men and our women. We don't function like we got authority or the power to think, to just think. We always have to go down there to the 1% degree, as if we're not human in the 99.9 degree. We always got to go below. And this is how they reach out. I sit back at everything. I sit back and I watch it, and I don't talk about it. Everything this country do, that when they try to influence us, medicine, this sort of virus, trying to get us, pretty soon she's going to tell you to go get the vaccine. That's really what it's all leading up to. They're all in it together. These people are in it for the money. They in it to get paid. They don't care if they can influence you regarding Ebola and the vaccine that they're going to have. She said there's no vaccine, there's no cure, there's no nothing. This is what she says. And in my spiritual mind, I'm like, okay, whatever is that day that was spoken of. Because people thinking they're going to escape stuff. Because where she would pull up now, they might drop it and pull up another Bible. But whatever in Revelation chapter 9, it talked to us, it was 8. Chapter 8 and 9, it talks about something coming, and that's going to cause people to get sick. What I also learned, you guys, in Revelation during the Sabbath, is that they didn't switch so much stuff around to where you can't pinpoint what is actually going to happen next and what has already happened. You see? Because I found myself saying, Father, but wait a minute. In Matthew's 24 and 25, it's telling you about after when the tribulation, and then it says after the tribulation, the Son of Man and the angels are coming. Then I go over here to Joel and Amos and all of them, and they're telling you the wrath of Yah is coming. So you go back over in Revelation and you know that the Euphrates River and the four have to pull up, and there has to be a great number of individuals passing away. When we hear of the great river of Euphrates and four pulling up and how many thousands are going to die, that can still be the same thing. It can be a biochemical. It can be, see, that's what I'm saying. The way you have to have the Holy Spirit to tell you every time things about to drop or when it dropped, identify to you. He that has an ear, you get identified. I mean, not identified. You get a message from the Holy Spirit letting you know this is what they're doing. They're doing this, they're doing that. Because as I look from the Old Testament to the New, there's a lot going on. Because in the Old Testament, they also are telling in Jeremiah and Isaiah and Ezekiel is actually telling you about how he's going to throw down at the end. And I'm like saying, but this should be at the end where Revelation. But you can't go tampering with it, trying to put it in the right place. Why? Because the greater place in you, which is where Yah abides, has the answer. You see, so a lot of times, a lot of you all, I told y'all this over and over. Sister Deborah never did. When I was young and when I first received my calling, I went into the Bible and was trying to master the Bible. And I was shut down by the Holy Spirit because he asked me, who told you to do that? I'm your teacher. So at that moment, that's when I pretty much, Sister Deborah, winged away from rushing to the Bible to get the answer to what I thought I needed to know. You see what I'm saying? And then when he started to teach me, and it cracked open many codes that many pastors and many people been preaching and teaching, and bishops and priests, all this trash they've been teaching was a lie. That's how I got to know truth. And you sit and you can look at me all cockeyed if you want, but that's how I end up knowing truth. It's the Holy Spirit being my teacher, teaching me it, because he knew already all of it was a lie. So you have a real hard time trying to put it together. And when things take place, then you can say, okay, where is this in this here study guide? The study guide is just there for you to study. You don't get an ear to hear through the study guide. That means can't nobody pull up a pastor, bishop, priest, talking about pull up teaching. They have to be able to teach you behind what is being said, along with teaching you what is in front of them, but teach what is it, who got the backing up of this. If I go into Matthew 24, who backed this thing up? Who laying this thing down? Then that's let you know the Ruach HaKodesh, the teacher, true teacher. Then you pull in that in and laying that thing down. You can go in it and study, and you can go in it and reading it, but when you get ready to land that bad boy, you make sure you land that thing down with the Ruach HaKodesh, because that's the only one got the full closure of it. It sees behind what it said, the lie. In doing the Sabbath, I looked into the 144, and I was getting some understanding. And I said, but Father, I've been telling them it's less than 1%. So if he go all around the world and he have branded individual all around the world, guess what? That's less than 1%. And then I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. What's this right here? Guess what, y'all? You remember where in Revelation chapter 7, when he send the angel with the seal, tell the other angels to hold up, don't do nothing to the earth, the trees, and so on, until they have sealed the 144. After the 144 got sealed, guess what, y'all? Right after it, let me show it to you. And then you sit back and you say, well, see, nobody is teaching this. And this here also shows you also that even the Roman Catholics, all these different religions, these different denominations who do pick up this book, this shows you that even they are against the Creator himself. So when I get into Revelation in chapter 7, and now there it tells you all about the ones that's going to be sealed. So what that lead me to understand, I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. The 144 that's already sealed. I don't get caught up in the ones that's sealed, because I look at it as something my Father had done. And if he had it done, they sealed. Ain't nobody can do nothing about it. And if he got them sealed, he got them sealed. Okay? And we can use it in everything we say as far as the 144. But what I learned during the Sabbath, it's no need to do that, because the 144 is less than 1% in the world. So why are we making a big thing about the 12 tribes that are sealed? So this is why you see them battle with the fact it says that they are virgins. You see? That makes more sense, because if they are virgins, then that's okay, because that's less than 1%. So it could be a possibility that could be true. Because if Sister Deborah grew up in the idea, I've done probably 5 good videos on the 144 being less than 1%. Do it in my videos. I've done that. But to know that the 144 is less still than 1% on the four corners. Meaning if he go to the four corners and seal, we still dealing with less than 1%. If you take 144,000, that's less than 1%. So if we take 1% that are virgins, that could be true. Could be. And it'll be okay. Because if he has a seal that he's sealing in somebody's forehead, a certain people, so what? I don't know where everybody don't see where your tail been sealed with this COVID. Even doing the testing, they test you with the Q-tip, they sealed you. So why are you talking about the 144 in a way that want to teach people to lie as if all Israel is going to be sealed? And then listen to what this says. Now they says this in Revelation chapter 7, but this is what got me because I was just doing my study. In verse 9 it says, after this, after what? After the 444 was sealed. Y'all, listen to this. Just listen to it. After this, after what? The 144 was sealed, which is 1% of the tribes of Jacob. Now watch this. After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. Who is this talking? John. He's telling you what he see in the vision. After this, Deborah, I beheld. Beheld means I saw it. I looked. And lo, a great multitude. Wait a minute. You didn't call 144 a great multitude. You didn't call the 144 of the tribe of Judah. You didn't call it a great multitude. You just called it 144, which is 1% of the population on the face of the earth. 1%, Deborah? Yes. Okay, listen to this. After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number. Ooh, sound like the Father talking to Abraham, sand of the sea, stars in the sky that cannot be numbered. Listen to this. Which no man could be numbered, of all nations. Of all nations, y'all. Of all nations. John said he saw a great multitude of all nations, all kindreds, and all people, and all tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hand. Who in the rats behind will you say that is? Who could you say that is? Or do you still want to live a lie? Who could you say that is? That's in Revelation chapter 7, y'all. During the time, the angel had to tell the other four angels to help, let's go seal the 144. Who is this great multitude that's standing before the Most High Yah, being out of all nation? And guess what, y'all? They got on white. And they have palms in their hand. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our Yah, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. So you stuck on stupid, ain't you? This is the part I tell y'all about Judah. Somewhere, it's just, I do know that Jacob spoke of Judah and how Judah is at a standstill. And he's scooped down. He's just going to be there until Shiloh comes. But the mindset of continuing to lie, could that be Judah? Just continue to lie? No. There's two Judahs. There's two Israel. And I'm not including the one that's over there now. They the fake. But there are two. There's the spiritual Judah and there is the flesh Judah. There is the spiritual Israel and there is the flesh Israel. Because here, you would never get no one to teach it. Not even the Roman Catholics. The Jehovah's Witness. The Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites. What does this do, Deborah? It cut out all races. All nationalities. It takes the mindset out of showing you it ain't got nothing to do with race. And it never did. I know. We insist on the lie. When we continue to believe the lie, it's because we are the children of the liar that come down to deceive the whole world. This is why. We are partaker in this crazy, sick world. That's what I try to tell y'all. Because we participate in the wicked and evil that's here in this earth, especially in this country. We don't turn around and make this country a liar. We don't turn around and we make this country a murderer, a thief. We don't. Instead, you know what you do? You make it okay. Why? Because you involved in what they're in. You make when they are the police department is doing something wrong and killing, and the KKK and all of them out here doing wrong, even Judah support them. Because no one come on these devil platforms and do podcasts and messages regarding what they're doing wrong. So you see how I say, if it's not so much as they're not with them, they are with them. They're right along with them. Only time they want to step in is when the nation does something and then they feel they can step in. But 99.9 of the time, they stepping in at the wrong time. And that's what's going to happen. People are going to step in and try to stop and say that this country is doing this. Now, all on the internet, they're talking about all the things that this country continue to do, but not in a way to say, no, we ain't putting up with it no more. Stop. So therefore, if you can't tell this country, stop, nope, we're going to fight you back, guess what? You're a part of what this country consists of. You're a partaker in it. So that's why I say that I think it's all good that the whole country come down. If I'm in here, I'm in here. I think it's good. It's a good thing because it's showing that we sat in here making wrong right and right wrong, good bad and bad good, bitter sweet and sweet bitter, and stand to tell, have the audacity to say we the country that's righteous. We serve a righteous Yah. See how nasty we are? See how wicked and evil and dark we are? All this that this country has done, and we still put it on the highest pedals as a country that wants God bless America. This thing, and they're standing put there, God bless America, land of the free. Just all this bull crap shows that you are partaker in all their wrongdoing. You see? So it's okay for them that have led this country. It's okay, and it's okay for them to come in and destroy you. Because you are them, and they are you. You are them, and they are you. So it don't matter. They got you to follow all the protocol of their wrongdoing, their wrong action, their wrong history, their wrong murders, their wrong killings, their wrong stealing, their wrong taking from you and yours and yours and yours, your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, and you good. And I'm not talking about Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking about the Europeans. They have been in it alone. I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites too, but I'm talking about everybody here in this country. Y'all have made this country right in the midst of all of their wrong, and no one opened their mouth to it. But they so busy to would see Sister Deborah on here and try to fall enemies with her, or try to fall negative with her, or to say she's not a true prophet. Okay, but your world that you live in, that you keep seeing, that is a prophet to you, it is right. Don't find nothing wrong with what's in this world. That's the deep part. People can talk and don't see nothing wrong in it and wicked in this world, but they can find all the wrong that's in Sister Deborah. You see the sickness? So I want to let you all know that they are going to come, and they're coming, and I believe they are here. And I was thinking this during the time I was also telling y'all something strange as they was doing. Is something happening? I can't pinpoint, but something they about to do that's going on. And I still say that to today, because they have to destroy you from the inside. If to fulfill anything that states of how this country coming down, it has to come down first and foremost from the inside. And me being a prophetess in the wilderness, I'm telling y'all, I see it at its fullness. And just because you don't see it, don't mean nothing. Don't mean it ain't there. You just that person that's gonna fall down with it. And that's what most people are going to do, because they're gonna keep on putting their lives. Oh, it ain't going on. Oh, that ain't happening. And everybody gonna keep on trying to prepare for them and theirs. And when I say them and theirs, people don't even understand. Let me share something with y'all. When I say people, them and theirs, people have locked in, and this is why I say you have a lot of very, very, very weak-minded people, because they don't, very weak-minded people. And I'm hoping that Yah is not going to allow them to fall by the wayside in this, because people would get everything on the outside of them ready for whatever comes to this country, and forsake what is in them, their spirit ready. They so busy making sure these T's is crossed, this I's is dot. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got all the weapons I'm going to need, all the food I'm going to need, all the planting and crop and everything I have. But they don't have, and they're not ready in their spirit. And they get caught out here thinking they're ready enough to make sure everything else is ready. And they'll forsake that very thing in them, which is their inner man. That's what he wants you to be ready. Many people are nowhere near ready in their spirit man, because they want to live on this earth forever. Many are preparing for Mount Zion, thinking, hey, I want to live that 1,000 years. I'm ready. But what you don't understand is the heart that Yah has already measured. And if your actions and your work shows that you're trying to work, and your action is about your outer man and everything on the outer man of you, you're nowhere near ready. You're nowhere near ready. I know you can keep on feeding yourself like this country. They keep on feeding this. It's the great old best America. This is the best country in the world. This is the powerful country in the world. Yeah, they didn't understand power in murdering, power in killing, stealing, robbing, taking. All the dark evil is it power in. And you all calling this country the powerfulest country in the world. You see, this is the reason why I say that people are locked into this world more than they think. They think they sit back ready for the voting. Still ain't grip that there's no one coming in to help you. Really, people don't even get that. There's no one out here that's out here to help you. And people are not gripping it. They thinking that they winning. They thinking that, hey, I got this covered. I know this. You ain't got no help. I see something that happened. I told my son and my ex-husband, I said, why is this Walgreens over here by y'all be packed? Cars all on the lot once a month. And then the other days of the month, it's just nobody, maybe one car. And people all over the place rushing into this Walgreens. I heard the lady, the manager, tell them that they have closed down many of Walgreens, pharmaceuticals, people that work in the pharmaceuticals, or they told the people that they don't have enough people to work. They don't have people to work in the pharmacy anymore. And that's everywhere, y'all, not just in this state, but all over. They're doing it. But what happens is, like I told you before, as long as it's not affecting you and you can go get your medicine at Walmart or whatever, you think you're good and dandy. This is showing you how it's going to be. And just because it hasn't knocked at your door, don't mean it ain't actually happening. And I sit back and I don't go get the medicine, no way. But I'm just still saying, I observe every day. And I said, well, something. I said, you know what? They selling drugs. They selling drugs out of there. It's no way they're going to be packed like that once a month. See how they can get the people in control? They can rule the people, even with the pharmaceutical. They can rule the people. Give them their medicine once a month. You can't come in this and Walgreens be just as empty like a ghost town. That once a month, everybody in line. You see? It's just amazing how it is amazing how it's panning out and how it is. And it's like everywhere. It's something that's got people thinking. They got people thinking that because the people ain't paying attention to what they doing. They paying attention to, long as I can go to the store, I can go get my big screen TV, I can pay my cable, I can get my car, I can do that. And that's what, ain't nothing wrong with that, child. There's nothing wrong with that. That's Sister Deborah as well. But it does not erase from me the reality of what is behind what I may embrace, thinking everything good. There's still things going on behind the scene. And it's what's behind the scene is what's going to destroy the people. You see? So it's just that I have to learn to, and I am, and it's hard, but yet, like I say, the patience of Yah is holding my long suffering and my endurance up. Because even, don't forget, I got 6 adult children. I got to sit and watch them going in the area of wicked and evil. And learn how to back away and let them go ahead. Because, see, you cannot take the rest of your living trying to tell a man that about to cross on the tracks that the train is coming. He waits good until the train's coming, decide to cross out there anyway. When that's actually how it is. See, they figuring, hey, I can do this. I've done this 10, 5, 3 years. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing really happening. But it's more happening than what people can see. And it ain't that Yah is allowing one to see. Because I sit back and I was talking to the Father during the Sabbath. I was like, there's so much stuff that didn't happen. And people have never focused on the fact that you never come down. You didn't come down to change it. You let it happen. And it wasn't that it was your fault, but you ain't coming down to deliver their butts. And they don't see that because they figure that you can do that to them and that's on them. Man just come out of nowhere and kill up his whole family. And you look at it and you hear about it. So what? That's him. But the same medicine you taking for your heart could be the same medicine that he was taking that steered him to kill his whole family. See, this is what I'm saying. People don't get it. People don't get how they're doing it. They don't see it. These towers is not built for no reason. The whole thing is mind control. I sit back and I'm watching how they're controlling even the very YouTube page that I have. They're controlling this page. It can say that 90 people viewed after 3 days. But on mine, it say 140. And I'm trying to figure out why y'all only putting a small amount. I don't give a Rex behind. You can put whatever you want I'm just showing you all how the picture is not as beautiful as it appears. And that's another thing this country is doing. They showing y'all a picture and y'all just thinking, hey, we got another 10 years before this happening. And before he come, it's another this. You right. Because you're going to go down when it go down. With the ship. Toast. As you drink this lemon, it gets better and better. It's bitter, but it becomes lemon with no sugar in it. Lemon. You can see where you can do this the rest of your life because it becomes something you can do. It's simple. It's bitter, but it becomes something you like. Okay. But and I only do it once a day, and sometimes I skip a day. But let me get my paper and what else the Spirit was showing me here. So I want to say to you all, there is things that, guess what, y'all? This is a whole lesson I got in my hand, and I might teach it tonight. This is talking about how important it is, a message that I spoke of a couple of days ago about how he put man and how man is functioning today and how so much males and men have done to where this is what you see in this world today is really where it all comes from. I sat back and listened to Psalms. David was talking about it. Job pulled up. I pulled it up in Exodus. I pulled it up in Zacharias, and then Isaiah and James. Luke pulled up, and they were all talking about, and Isaiah, they were all talking about that the heart of Yah has planted something in the heart of man. And just because man has turned in the beginning in the garden from their position, their of a man. This is why you see a lot, and a lot of y'all don't know this, and a lot of husbands, and believe it or not, they got wives and got children, they dipped in it too. A lot of them are messing with men, okay? But what has happened is the order of what a man was created for, to be what the Creator created him for. And that was what I was explaining in a video about a couple of days ago. But what came to me was, during Sabbath, was, Deborah, the deepness of it is, they were also given the heart of the masculine part of me. And I'm like, okay, I really can grip that. But in a deep way, he was saying, I wanted them to be fully, watch this here, and I'm going to tell you how silly I am. I'm going to tell you, I brought up some silly stuff. He said, the deepness of what they were purposed for, their position. And you went into it about what a man was to do as far as training his child and raising him up in the way of righteous. He said there was so much of what right should have been done out of man, like in Adam. He ain't talking about Eve because that was a lie. He said to the point where I made sure I left in even Torah. Not only in Torah, Job spoke about it. David spoke about it. Zachariah spoke about it. Isaiah. It's even in Exodus, which is Torah. Luke, James, they were speaking of it. And I was like, well, Father, ain't nobody done that. Well, Deborah, I know it. That's what I'm trying to show. That's what I'm trying to show you. It's been off, of course. He was showing me how I could have added this into the topic. And let me share it with y'all right quick. He's saying that not only was the masculine that hold the dominion and the rule had so much uh, work for his position as the masculine, to where he didn't have to dip in the feminine or to take the feminine, because when you took the feminine, it did not erase what he created for the masculine. Yes, you stole that feminine identity, and that's why you see these here, a lot of these here homosexual being men. They've been taking it, and as you go back into the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot, the day that's Sodom and Gomorrah in the book of Judges, you go back in there, you'll see it's the men that was practicing this illness, this darkness, this homosexual, this sickness. Now, this shows you they got away so much with stealing Eve identity, they began to use that identity as a female role with a male. And this is what made them be able to do it and have no shame, no nothing. They got away with stealing her identity from the beginning. So they did not only steal her position of ruler, her position of dominion on the earth side by side with him. According for them to for him to steal her identity, he stole it, not just the identity that the father had given to feminine. They even stole the feminine sexual desire or ways from woman. And that's why he said that when they said that he's disappointed in them over in other countries who took the slaves, and you made a boy a harlot and a girl you sold for wine. You get it? See, y'all don't get what I'm saying, but I'm just showing you how it was always locked into that. Your study guide showing you how they stole that identity from the beginning from woman, and men been practicing her identity for the longest on one another. That spoke of also in Roman, having the taken her identity, and they start to use this sexual thing one for another, getting pleasure out of each other. When that took place way back in the old, it's been going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. So here you are today, and you wondering how did it get with the LGBT? It's because way back, all of this has to do with when the way the world is going, y'all, and all this chaos and wicked and evil. When you finish, when you go back to the beginning, you see in Genesis 1 where they ripped that woman from her identity, from her ruler and her dominion on this earth, and they took it all. And this is what you see: the man running everything, and they make her feel guilt and fault because of Eve and all of that. They did a job, which I'm glad that the Spirit is my teacher, because he had to reveal all that to me, and it makes it all 100. So what he was sharing with me, he said, and not only that, Deborah, I had given them the mission to work with the orphanage, the fatherless, and the who? And the widow. What is it that the orphanage, the fatherless, and the widow has in common? They don't have that male image. Okay, I'm gonna go there, y'all. I'm gonna go all the way. So what he was showing me during the Sabbath, when I'm talking about how they took her identity, they forsake every way that I've held them liable for, and they went their own way. And as I was realizing, I said, but Father, they never went that way. But then Job popped up to let me know, oh, yes, I did, Deborah. I knew to take care of the orphanage. I knew to take care of the widows. So Job identified to me that it wasn't that nobody did the will of the Father. It was just that's how majority of them did it. But Job stepped up and said, no, Deborah, hold up. Don't put us all in there. He said, when I took care of the fatherless and the orphanage and the widows. So Job pulled up and he mentioned it. And David also said much about the orphanage and the widows and the fatherless, as if he knew to play a role in it. But see, this is why you can't stand up and then look at a man and think that he's a man. Oh, he's a man out of Yah own heart. He's a man of Yah. Stop that bull crap. Not nobody on this devil platform, not a man nor a woman, but definitely not a man have stepped in his spiritual purpose due to creation. He's more so in that woman's purpose and his own flesh purpose. Outside of that, you ain't gonna see him step in the rim, because the Spirit was telling me, see, their woman had a duty to be ruler and control. Man had a duty to be ruler and control. He wanted men, the masculine, to make sure that the orphanage, the fatherless, and the widows are taken care of. Guess why, y'all? Guess why? Remember, he says the poor will be with you always, because he is them. He did this. The Father did this. So when you think of the orphanage and the fatherless and the widows, they're without a man. This is where the masculine men were supposed to step in and represent Yah to them. See, I know y'all done lost me. That shows you that how far out of order men have always been. You see? They never took on that true position of the Spirit that was invested in them, the mission of Yah. But they took on this evil mission to kill, steal, destroy, rape, pedophile, murder, take. That there, what made this world up, and that's what you see. All of this world is done, you will never find woman in it. You know why? You couldn't apply her in it, because you're going to find 99.9 man. You might find 1% woman. That's even in the homosexual league. You're going to find 99.9 men. Even in killing, 99.9 men. Even in stealing, 99.9 men. Just giving you, it could be a little less than 99, but just showing you how you can be so foolish in your spiritual thinking. That's how people fall in love with the world. It's because they don't have no spiritual teacher who want to teach them right from wrong and let them know, hey, your flesh and the way you think in your flesh and the way this world think is wrong. But no, they make the world right and make y'all lie. So he was just revealing that to me. And I was like, okay. But then when Job stepped in and said that he'd been doing it, and David spoke of it. So it led me to realize that this was what Yah created men on their masculine side to also be ruler and dominion over as well. Showing him in those that didn't have a father. So this is what I said. And he answered it. I said, wait a minute, Father, I got a question. If they ain't took care of their own and trained their own up, how can they train, or how can they take care of the orphanage, the home, the fatherless, and the widows? How can that be done? He said, no, Deborah, it ain't that it couldn't be done, it just haven't been. So when you see all these pastors, and 99.9 in the church are pastors or men, when you see in the Catholics, all men, when you see in all these religions, all men, and that's why I say when I see Gina is putting all the men up there, you can put all the men you want, you in 100% error, because just because you wants to put man up on the front pulpit and up on the front row and put the women in the back, that's about right, because that's how wicked Yah says that all you have to do is look at their atmosphere. Look at how they doing it. They follow the same way of evil from the beginning. So he think that most of these men think that's something. Let's put the men up first. For what? So they can start going after each other. You know, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Same thing in Sodom and Gomorrah. Same thing in the books of Judges. You put these men in here that don't know they right from they left in righteousness, they subject to turn that whole church out. Every man on them in the front row and in the next row, in the next row, in the next row. But this is showing you while you doing that, your tail should be out here making sure the orphanage has men in it, teaching them. But I said if they go in there messing with the kids. He said that's what they do. They did everything the opposite of what y'all say. Y'all supposed to be taking the place of their father. They don't have a father. Take a place. And then I said to the father, I said, well, Father, okay, you talk about the orphanage and how your spiritual seed is supposed to be about the orphanage, the fatherless, and the widows. But Father, the whole Hebrew Israelite, Judah, is missing the father. Some of the father ain't never seen their children, don't want to see them. Some of them weren't there when they were born and still ain't there. So all these children are orphanage. So is the church liable for the children that don't have a father? You see? I start getting stupid. I'm telling you. Because if you look at it, you can see the darkness that's in this country. You can see it for what it is. And while these men are getting away with everything on the left and on the right, being justified, clarified, and identified by what they doing, oh, y'all, that's why they're getting away with it. Because the world is darkness and it's getting away with what it's doing. Is it not? So that's why I say to you, a lot of people are who they are is already in them. No doubt about it. It has been revealed to them. Their heart, their pride, their ego, their self-centered, their greed. And that's something else he was revealing to me. It's a word in there in the study guide that talks about greed. And I said, but people will overlook that, Father, and not understand you talking about greed. Because greed is one that of people who cannot enter into the kingdom, like pride. It's a word, and I'm going to find it. Hopefully I might do it today. Where there's a word that is constantly in the study guide, and it means greed and greedy. Because to me, if I'm in the wilderness and he asked me, well, what do you see? I say, I see much greediness. I would tell it the way I see it. There is so much greed and greediness to where people uses it as a form of power and control. And you really, if you're the spiritual seed, you have to be careful with people who feel they can control you with substance, okay? Because it's just like this world. This world will tell these people, we're going to give y'all, a stipend or something like that. And they've been saying it 3 times. And they get all these people on the internet, on YouTube, to announce it for a whole 3 months, and then that people will never see the money. But the ideal of it is be careful out here, y'all, because people use what they have to control. And they don't understand that who the father is, he looks behind what they have, what they got, and he's really measuring their heart. People will do all kind of things in the line of power and control. And they think that people don't know. And their people don't. But Sister Deborah is fully aware of how people use things in a mean of control. You see what I'm saying? They think it's their weight of how they can control situations or they can control things. And it causes them to also feel that they are in power, you see, in the way that they control. And I suggest myself, I ain't gonna suggest it, no, I ain't, but I would say this is why people don't give what Yah say give, because they're afraid of giving what Yah say, because it causes them to lose their control. See, because they're more so feeling that I need to give the way I feel comfortable and feel good about. But that's not what he means when he said a cheerful giver. You cannot give based on how you want to line it up so that you can be in full control every time. But when Yah say do this, they can't do it because they want to be in full control at all times. They don't do it because they want to be in full control. And for them to be full control, they have to do it at the measurement of their control. So you really have to be very careful. Very, very careful. And this control also plays a role, like say, for instance, just use me. I'm going to give, say, an offering at a church. If I'm going to give an offering at the church and my mother is with me, just hear me out. Just hear me out. If I'm going to give an offering at church and my mother is with me, okay, and I'm going to put in an envelope and I'm going to give an offering. I do not give an offering for my mother. You see, that's a form of power and control. That's a part of that dark control I'm talking about. You don't give for someone else because y'all say we have to be cheerful givers, meaning it has to come from a place of spiritual heart. You see? And when we lose that, we tend to think that we're in full control, that we're going to give beyond, we're only going to give based on our heart. We ain't worried about y'all. We don't care. I don't hear him. You don't tell me what to give. You don't tell me how to give. You don't care. You don't rule nothing. And this tells you a lot about really who people are. But when you hear from Yah and Yah tells you and you trust what he's saying to you and how you give, then this is a cheerful giver because it has heard from Yah and Yah has responded. But when you begin to be the power one that gives this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, or and then my mother's here, I'm going to give her offering too. That's power. That's a flesh power struggle. And many people deal with that because they so used to being in power under their roof to where they feel that every situation require me to have order and control of doing it my way. And I am one to tell y'all that's a dangerous situation to be in because it's a self thing. It's a flesh thing. Okay? It's a greed thing because you still won't be listening to Yah. You'll be listening to yourself and you'll be moving on what you say, what you want to do. But when you have a conversation with Yah, Yah shut your tail down and tell you how he wants to do it. But you won't be able to listen when you're not a person that's used to hearing from Yah controlling you because you're so in tune with controlling the under your roof in every situation. Do it this way, 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 because this is how I feel it. And then I turn around and give my mother's offering. No, I give my offering from my heart and let my mother's heart fulfill her offering. Do you get what I'm saying? But there are people who will give for other people. You see, and this too is a trap. This is darkness. This is evil. And this is wicked because it's a power thing in it. It's a control thing in it. And it's not a good thing. And that's how I see this world. I see this country as that type of darkness, that type of power. And that's why I say that even if no matter what y'all do, I can see already through the both sides, the natural and the spirit, that the way he's allowing them to do the things they do it, I think it's all good. I think it's good from the level of people been following their way. People been doing things the way that this world do it. People been liking the way the world do it. They love it as long as it's not applied to them. You see? Oh, you fine as long as you there and I'm here and me and mine's here. That's the mindset. But the people don't understand they are just mini-me's of a system that has been the darkest, wicked, and evil, and murderer, and stealing, and pedophile. This country is just a mini-me of it. That's why when he went into Solomon, let me give you an example. You know how he ended the world? Someone has the audacity to say, well, why would he end them babies and them women and all of that wasn't doing? Look, If it's in one, it's in them all. In the eyes of who he that sees all things and knows all things, I salute him. I'm with him all the way. If he got to bring America down with Sister Deborah, I'm with him because he knows all things. AI ain't got nothing on him, and I wouldn't even compare AI to him. Y'all can, but he knows what he's doing and how he wants things to go. That's just the way I feel about him. You see, so people would think that, oh, when this, but when you finish talking, it still ain't gonna be your way. It's still gonna be the way that he orchestrated it before the foundation of the world, and ain't nothing you can do, say, or think, or feel about it. It's still gonna go his way. Okay, everybody else walking the way of the world, so he can't have walked the way of the one that created the world. Come on now, y'all need to sit down. So I, Sister Deborah, hope to be back at 7 p.m. Central Time or 8 p.m. Central Time, and I'm going to end this message, and I say shalom and shalom.